Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my Let's Play of the game known as SpellForce 3 Fallen Gods. This standalone expansion, but at the same time it's been playing the SpellForce 3 Reinforced Client. Alrighty then, we're on episode, like I said, 96. If you're interested when I'm recording this, I'm recording this on the 30th of September 2024 at 1:04 AM. This very day, later today, not sure the time, SpellForce, the Conquest of EO will have an expansion out, the second one. So SpellForce news for you. We'll be... Oh, I hear S, sorry. Oh, you already stopped. Basically, we'll be coming out. And my goal at this moment, because the same day, is the expansion for Starfield. And as it stands right now, I have purposely not done any more Starfields. So then tonight, as in Monday night, because obviously I'm going to go to bed after I've done these SpellForces today, get up, get through the day, look at the kids, yada yada, see my wife, yada yada, all that stuff, yada yada, you know, don't know my daily things, and then roughly for a few hours at night, I'll probably come back on here as I go to bed and jump on Starfield with a new expansion. I believe it's out at 10 AM, so I should be able to do it at night. And at least do 2, if not 4 episodes probably to go, to get Thursday's episode of this week, then to get Sundays and hopefully next week's. Maybe there will be a few more, I don't know, we'll see. That's the main goal, sorry about that, I just, ugh. You know when you're like, I think someone calls it baby bath, I've never heard that before in America. You like puke in your mouth, yuck, that's gross, I need a drink. 1 second people, I apologise, ugh, that's gross. Ugh, yeah, okay, where was I? SpellForce Conquest is out. My plan at the moment is to do a take a look at of it for Saturday, the new expansion. It's going to have new random maps, etc. So I'm going to use a new random map. There's the new for what you call class in there. Was based off is it Liana? You know the Circle Mage who, if you watch all my SpellForce 3s, she's one of your companions, like the assassin companion with the mind stuff in SpellForce 3, the original SpellForce 3, etc. Based off her stuff, and there's some other stuff to it as well, but that's off my head. The biggest things like the new map, her stuff. So I'm going to try and do that, probably with a 2 to 3 hour episode, aim it to get put out on Saturday for take a look at, and anything once on take a look at schedule right now will be pushed back by a week. Obviously, if you watch all my stuff, especially SpellForce stuff, you're thinking, wait a minute, you've done SpellForce Conquest of EO, the first game that you lost. It took you roughly 13 episodes, I think it was 11 or 13 episodes, and it's finished. That's fine, but now you've started the first expansion. And if I'm not mistaken on the channel right now, I'm up to 8 or 9 of that going out. And as a little spoiler, it ends up being about 30 episodes. Well, basically, I am going to do what I did with the first one. If you remember correctly, if you haven't, then I'm probably for the first time. When I did the SpellForce, again, I don't remember the exact episode, but let's hypothetically say SpellForce Conquest, take a look at, I did part 7 was up. And then the expansion came out, so what I did was put the expansion's episode 1 up, for that Saturday, and then after that carried on doing part 8, part 9, part 10, and basically just worked on the Conquest one, and that's why it's going out now. And I'm like, again, roughly part 8 or part 9 or something. So I'm gonna do the same with this. Put part 1 of this up, but obviously I won't tell you if I won the first expansion or not. Don't want to give spoilers if I won it or not, because it's not going out on the channel. But they will keep going out, and then once then number 30, if I won or lost, goes up, then you start seeing part 2 of that particular game, part 3, part 4, and if they do a third expansion before these are finished, I'll do the same thing. And of course, the way I'm doing them, because I'm taking a lot of my take a look at right now, is I'm like doing like maybe 1 this week, and then I have something next week, and then I do 3 of the SpellForce Conquest, and then I do something, then 3 of the SpellForce Conquest, and then maybe I do 2 or something, 2 SpellForce. That's how I'm trying to get them out. So get them out as quick as possible without making it take a look at every week it's that. And speaking of which, I guess I'll mention before we start quick, as you know, I went through hell and back with the editing of Power World, because not Power World's fault. I had it with some Star Citizen episodes and some of the, I think the first 15 or 18? Might have been the first 17, Baldur's Gate 3, where we did the double mic thing, and basically you merged them together to kind of overthrowed lapped each other for some reason, even when they were done perfectly. You have them underneath it, it keeps like slowly getting out of sync. And that's what I was going to say, is where you merge it, it went out of sync anyway, so that means you have to manually do it without merging it. And it just got to the point, it was easier just to cut my, you know, like if I speak and cut Tiffy's out, then when she speaks, cut hers out, and go through doing that. But it's really hard when we both speak at the same time and stuff. Because if you didn't, you'd hear her in the background echoing, or me in the background echoing, and it was just a nightmare editing on my part. I don't remember how many hours now, but doing them Power World, like 3-hour episodes, they're supposed to be 2 parts, 3-hour episodes, if I'm not mistaken. I split them into an hour-and-a-half episodes, into 4 parts. Again, for a 3-hour one, it probably took me stupid, like 10, 20, 30 hours, 40 hours. It took me something stupidly ridiculous. And that's why I was just trying to do a little bit here and there over the months, basically, because of how long they're taking. And that's also why Power World got part 1 up, and then after that I don't think part 2's even been out yet on my channel. If it has, it's just got out recently, because I've got it in last time I looked, like I said, I've got like the first 8 or 9 SpellForce Conquest first DLC scheduled, even though there's 30 of them. I haven't scheduled others ones yet, because obviously shoving 30 things when you're putting things in between is a lot harder than shoving 6 or 7 things. So for that reason, I believe I've scheduled Power World 2. I'm not sure if it's gone out yet, and if it has gone out, I'm probably going to put 3 and 4 up quite quickish. And more to break Conquest up, and more because of the host. Nintendo suing them bull rubbish as well, picking on the little guy. Because basically they're suing them not for copyright, but you know, copyright because they copied the Pokemon or anything that people thought that they would go for. They're suing them for patents, gameplay patents. And some of them, apparently, if I read it correctly, they patented after Power's been out. So in other words, Power was released, it's early access but still released, and then Nintendo went and patented some of the mechanics then, to go after them to be stronger. Like, I don't agree with that, I feel that's low. But it's stupid, it's like, you know, you throw a Pokeball, that's patented. They apparently have it patented if you, an isometric view. Doesn't move, this one moves, so that hopefully won't affect the SpellForce, but see that? How you can see the character? That's patterned. If it's isometric, it doesn't move because of Pokemon. They patterned that. So theoretically, if this didn't move, they could go after SpellForce too. Apparently, I read a thing in 2017, they could actually sue half of the game industry. And it's one of them things, if Nintendo wins this, what else can they go after? You see what I'm saying? And what's stopping other game companies getting worried and they start patenting everything? Now, who patents a survival genre first? Now that means they can go after other survival games. Now there's only one survival game, the one who patented it, and it's just going to get ridiculous. So that's why Power World, as an underdog, needs to win this. And if they win this, that every patent they've used against them will be dropped. Basically, anyone can use them. So Power World needs to win this, or else it could ruin gaming. Because can you imagine it like, well, I want to make a game, well, I can't do this. And someone's patented this version, moving up and down. Okay, how do I make it a Labelo? How do I make an RTS? You've got to come up with something completely unique, and obviously that's always awesome in games. But the trouble is, there's that many things that have been done. It's so hard to come up with something so unique that's never been done before. Because, who was it? Basically people do Dragon Ball games. I think it's Naka? It begins with N. I believe. Them ones, they patterned back in the, I think it was the early 2000s or late 90s, loading screens with minigames. That's why games didn't have any minigames on other than theirs, because it was patterned. Water Brothers patterned the Nemesis system they came up with. Like, I believe the loading screen one that is stopped, the pattern ran out in 2016 or 2018. But then there's the one, the Nemesis system. You see what I'm talking about? When people start patterning mechanics, who's going to pattern jumping? Who's going to pattern, platforming? Who's going to pattern running fast? Using the shift key to run? It's like Nintendo can't win it. It's going to be awful for gaming. Like, you like Power World or you don't like it, they need to win this. Anyway, with that being said, so that's another reason why I want to get Power World up, because if Nintendo win and then they force Power World to either change their stuff or take it down, they might go after all YouTubers taking any Power footage down and stuff. And so at least if we get it out, at least you've seen it instead of me, oh well, they got to take it down because I can't put Power World footage up. And after spending 20, 30, over months to get these episodes and edit them, and they're not gone up, and no one got to see them. Like, what a waste of time. So yeah, I kind of want them to go up now, and they already been ready for a bit. But again, I was trying to use them to split up the conquest. So if 2 has gone out, Like I said, next week will be that new conquest, and if 2's gone out, then I might then put 3 and 4 up, or do a conquest and a 3 and 4, or I might do 3 and then do conquest and a 4. We'll see. Because I would like to do some more episodes of Simultaneously if we get time, but it won't be under the same editing thing I did with the double. It'll be the one mic.
What should he do?
Anyway, with that being said, we have focused and talked a lot of the channels. Let go with the thingy. Return to Fangard's head. So I'm just clicking this. I apologise if I'm talking a bit over the thingy then, but I'm just trying to get it out there. Oh, fully assemble the body.
Beast.
Giant cup.
A demigod indeed.
There is no time for talking. Cast the hex and put it back together.
I was just about to.
No, you're more than that, mate. We might make this a 5-minute episode because I did talk the first 10 minutes for you, and then 25 again for the rest of the episodes we do today. Well, that's cool. Like using green thingy magic might be patterned. Like that's how stupid it can get.
What happened?
I
Failed.
don't know. It's gone.
Gone.
Where's his head?
The field dog's energy, the hex power. I had it and was trying to fuse it back together, but then it just
What was his head?
vanished. I don't understand this, Chieftain. I studied this spell for years, and
Is he telling them he killed it? Sarek's cub?
Calm down. It was
I
asking if
told
he
you
did
I
it.
don't know. Norse claws, I don't understand this myself. I did everything right. I tapped into the archfire,
He did a snake
and then
before.
He failed! That is what the stranger did.
Okay, yes, he failed. Just shut up.
Told the chieftain. Brittle bones
Oh my God,
cannot
God.
be trusted. Let
Okay.
Grimlore crush him, chieftain. Let Grimlore crush
Failure
him.
is not being trusted.
He deserves it. He should... This one
Uh-oh.
is alive. They heard that.
Uh-oh.
Is this him? Is this Zarek's
Where is he?
A cub. Yes, this one believes you could call them that. So, you are this one's saviors, are you not?
Yes.
Interesting.
So at least he can listen to us. On him very quickly. He's crushed because he failed. Like, it's not like you've not done mistakes, mate. So, people can make mistakes. He didn't do it on purpose. If he did it on purpose, completely different matter. Have lived here for moons, Zarka's cub knows them not.
The moon can have lived here for moons. Zarek's cub knows them not. Oh yes, this one knows the trolls. He just did not see. But he sees it now. They're weak,
Weak.
flesh.
You know, like that, are they?
This one sees it sharp and clear.
Weak. You know, like that. That was Zarka's cub speaking to them, not through his body.
How can it be the moon can hear it? Is this some sort of hex? A hex that goes into their minds? The tiny meatbag is right. This one is speaking out through their minds. That lump of flesh between their skulls.
Wow, he's really talking down to him. Why worked the resurrection not?
Why worked the stranger's hex not? It should have brought the cub back to life.
I'm wondering the same thing.
It did not work because this one's flesh has grown too weak.
Oh, okay.
2 centuries this one has been this way.
Torn to pieces. It's basically rotten.
Centuries torn into pieces. This one had a plan, yes. But the human he chose to take him out of here was too weak.
Human? I thought you were now.
So here this one lay, decade after decade.
Oh, I mean the other human.
Between his limbs growing ever weaker. And now that his flesh is finally rejoined, it has grown too weak to hold his spirit. It's pathetic.
So now what now? Human he chose is the cub speaking over the... Yeah, this from one. At first I thought he was referring to him and I was like, no, wait, he's on about the one through the memories, isn't it?
The human he chose.
That means you've been manipulating
Speaks
her?
the
Are you
cub
manipulating
of the
him too?
chieftain of this
He's
place.
manipulating us?
Hierophant Ishara. Ishara, yes. She was weak in the mind, but strong in flesh and magic. So this one thought she might be able to hold him. She was not.
So Zaska was right. The cub drove the Brittle Bones mad, so they would kill each other.
Yes, the Lightlings. They think their noble spirits make them so high and mighty.
Yet that is why they will ultimately succumb. Softness, love, hope. Where there is virtue, there is the seed for corruption.
Wow.
Strength is untouchable.
You're wrong with that, but
Is
okay.
good. Crumple always say so.
Yes.
Look. The firstborn's blood has a weak spirit.
I bet that would have changed if it made him like Hope is bad.
Everything seeks to survive and to grow.
Hope is good.
Only the strongest will. This is the law. This is the struggle. This is the cycle.
You're a little wrong with your stuff, but okay. Hear me, Charles speaking. So the cub is saying what, that his body has become useless.
So the cub is saying, what? That his body has become
He's not going to take over
useless.
him, is he?
Yes. However, this one knows of the troll struggle. The human hunters, the orcish slavers. The scales are not tilted in their favor. Then the cub knows why they have awoken him.
Yeah.
This one does. And this one also has the strength they seek to cure the rot of
Oh.
the troll's dying blood and to crush their predators like the meatbags they are.
Wow.
Were this one's flesh not useless, he would do it.
So what do we do? The cub knows how to cleanse the Moonkin's blood.
So the stranger was right. The cub truly knows how to cleanse the Moonkin's blood so they can give
Maybe he's
life
caused it to
again.
begin with. To manipulate him.
Of course, life and death, growth and decay, all powers that come from the same source. This one can purge the troll's blood, and they will be strong again.
Where did the cub's power come from?
Where did the cub's powers come from? From Zarek, like the Moonkin's hexes come from Mugwa.
The tiny meatbag is brazen, comparing this one and its sire to a god that does not exist.
Oh!
Yes, this one's magic comes from Zarek. But like Zarek's, this one draws it from the same place all beings do. Like the trolls do too. What is he talking about? What place?
The Archfire. He's talking about the Archfire, the source of all magic.
And that's what we focus on in Conquest of EO.
Speaks the truth.
He's a dark elf. A god that exists. I'm still thinking he's part of the... He's in Conquest of EO, if I'm right. He basically was the person in the last expansion part who kind of turned on you, the dark elf. It was like Radish or something. You were hard in it, and he ended up becoming a circle mage. I think it's him. I could be wrong, but I'm still thinking that since... I think almost episode 1 we said, didn't we? When we came back to this, because remember we originally did the first one I take a look at how many years ago, and then finally started with the actual series, episode 1, etc. earlier this year, so... Is this not? He says Mugwa is not real. And if you remember, I'm not mistaken, when I did the first take a look at this, so when it first came out, I hadn't completed this first expansion yet for SpellForce 3. Does this not? He says Mugwa's not real.
Said the cub just that Mugwa exists not? She gave the Moonkin the power to speak and to cast hexes.
She didn't, mate.
And she has protected them for centuries.
That is what this one said. Because it is the truth. The Guardians and the Renegades exist. But Mugwa, the goddess of the trolls,
Mirage.
is but a mirage.
Nonsense. Chieftain Narjak Firstborn was her chosen. That is why his flesh did not grow older.
So that is what your chieftain told you.
What did he really do?
Your chieftain was immortal because he was a firstborn. A prime specimen of your race. It was Zarek who gave your chieftain his immortality. And he passed part of it on to your vicious little moon blood.
Vicious.
Curious he wouldn't tell you this. Then again, every race has its own little story of why they are the chosen ones.
Oh, if
So
you tell the
this
truth.
one should not be surprised.
This is quiet, Grimlore. They have no time.
Yeah. Talk about your visible friend later. What can the Moonkin do to restore the cub's flesh?
If Zarek's cub knows why the Moonkin summoned it, then he also knows the Moonkin tribe is fighting the Chainers and the Hunters right now. Is there anything they can do to restore its body?
There is. This one is grateful for what the trolls did. So this one hoped there would be another way. But because the flesh is so weak,
Oh, I was gonna kill that.
there's not.
Then say it.
Take over him.
Whatever it is, the moon.
No, no, don't say that, don't say that.
This one needs to perform the sanguine ritual at an archfire vein. And to do this, this one
See,
needs
new vessel.
a new vessel.
It's gonna be him, isn't it?
A vessel.
Yes. This one's old flesh is dead.
And he's youngest.
It will stay dead no matter what they do. The only way to survive is to form a new body at an archfire vein. But to do this, this one's spirit needs a vessel.
To get it there.
One to carry it to the vein.
It's gonna be him.
And serve
Because
as
he's
a
young.
conduit. This is his offer. Grant him one of their bodies as a new vessel.
Can they leave it in Bruce's back?
To an archfire vein. Then he will rise anew. Help the trolls crush their enemies and cure their blood as they ask of him.
Is it killing the prisoner? Can he come back?
Vessel.
Yeah,
will happen
thank you.
to it?
That's what I want to know.
Death.
He knew it. Zaska knew it.
Because I'm gonna step forward again.
What is an archfire vein? What is he talking about?
There are many words for it, but in essence, they are places where bits of archfire magic seep through. Imagine a giant bright flame buried under layers and layers of rock. That is the archfire, the source of all magic. Veins, where the rock is particularly thin, allow mages to tap into that power. There are several of those on Io, but the most prominent are the ones where the Godstones struck Io, the blue crystal comets. Like that shrine where you buried your chieftain, Magwa's cradle, or the one in the Red Meadow.
Listen to the dark elf.
Oh, well, blood drop.
The stranger speaks of Magwa's blood drop, the stone she blessed.
So your people believe, yes.
Another way.
No, there must be another way. The Moonkin have his body. Can they not just take it to this vein so the cub can resurrect it there?
This one told them. This flesh is dead and useless. By bringing the parts together, they allowed this one to mend his spirit. But that is all. The only way for this one to return to the world is by forming his body anew. That is why he needs a vessel to take his mind to a vein.
The tribe for the blood for the tribe. Grimoire understands.
Mike had nothing to do with it. It's probably going to be him.
Let Grimoire make this sacrifice. He will offer his body to the cub so they can save the Moonkin.
No, no. This is beak shit. There will be no more sacrificing. Rot it. They know not even if what this thing says is true.
Gave Zaska not his blood for the tribe just moments ago? They heard the cub. There is no other way.
But you didn't believe it before.
Chieftain, let Grimoire do this. Grimoire has lived far too long, and his old hide has long been a burden for the tribe. Let him...
Weak.
So it's going to be him.
You are weak.
It's going to be him.
The Hierophant's body cannot hold this one's spirit, so there is no way it's
gonna be Youngblood.
useless flesh could. And the same goes for the chieftain and the worm eater.
Told you.
The firstborn's cub could. The chance is still small.
It's going to be him.
But it could.
He means...
Noag. He is talking about your brother.
Yep. You. So this probably well it affects depending how you've made his personality now. Or it could not be vessel.
Akron
Yeah, I'm stronger than him.
understands not. Why could he not hold the cub spirit? He is strong and young. He can take it.
Yes, you are strong. Just like the brittle-bone priestess Ishimura was.
I don't imagine, but he doesn't either.
It is simply not possible.
Why?
This one is a god. You are mere meatbags.
Then how can he do it then?
Only the firstborn's blood can contain this one, and even he could not do it for long.
Okay, then how can he then?
I think he's telling the truth, Chieftain. I'm powerful, and his magic would kill me in an instant.
But
Okay, I'm confused. Are you referring to him then? Because how can he do it, not us? Can they know the cub will keep his promise?
Zarek's cub has lied and tricked the Brittlebones who lived here. How can the Moonkin know he lies not to them too? What if he takes Little Blood, lets the Moonkin resurrect him, then disappears?
Rotten right.
Tell them. How know the Moonkin the cub would honor its pact?
You do not. Loyalty is for the lightlings. Loyalty creates weakness.
Right.
Then again, they share the same sire. So this one will keep his promise.
Maybe they share the same sire, but Zarek has no love for Trollkind. They were always stronger than the Greenskins, yet he let them make trolls their slaves.
Wrong. The trolls let the orcs make them their slaves. Zarek is struggle. Zarek is strength. Did they really expect him to favor one creation over the other? The trolls are weak. That is why the orcs dominate them. It has nothing to do with favor. So no, this one bears the trolls no malice. Just like Zarek. If they strike a pact, this one will honor it.
So he says. Rot it. This thing is a liar. Can they see it not?
At this point, if we don't do it, the whole tribe's gone. You said it yourself. We can't beat that many. Go on, Zaka. What do you think of this?
Grimlore, Zaska, what think they of this?
Zaska said it already.
I don't want him to.
No.
Ask
they
him.
will not sacrifice Noag over some vague promise.
If they sacrifice him not, they sacrifice all of the Moonkin.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Grumlar says this as if he knew the cub was speaking the truth. Makwa's others. They know what this thing does. It lies. It deceives. And it kills to get its own way. And even if it did not, they will not sacrifice Noag. Not him. Saska is so sorry, Noag. They are confused. All of them
We're
are.
asking you a question. We're not saying we're doing it yet.
What?
All this time, it was Zaska who pushed the chieftain to awaken Zarek's cub, no matter the price. So many kin died, but no, he always said it was for the greater good. And now that someone he loves should die, it is suddenly a problem. Why even pretend this is about the cub's lies, Zaska? The Brittlebones have a word for people like him. It is hypocrite.
Wow.
Oh, look who is talking. If Zaska is not mistaken, it was Grungwar who said that there is no way of knowing if a spawn of Zarek would honor a pact.
Yeah, he's got you there,
and that
mate.
he has no love for Trollkind. And now,
Now they are here, and this is their last chance to survive. Rot it, Zaska. Grungwar had so much respect for him, and now this. But Grungwar's faith lies with the chieftain. He will make the right decision.
rotten right he will.
Great. Knew the strangers was going to happen. Lied to the Moonkin. I don't think he did, but we'll see what he says.
Knew the stranger this was going to happen. Lied he to the
I don't think he
Moonkin?
did.
What? No. How?
He did not. Not even this one knew a vessel would be needed if they be joined his flesh. But this is how it is.
Yeah, I think he did. Could be so powerful. Why must it even ask?
There is one thing.
Because he's
Agron
stuck right now, that's
understands
why.
not. If the cub is so powerful, why must it even ask? Why seizes it not simply what it wants?
If this one had flesh and his full powers, then maybe it would.
There they have it. This thing cares not a bit for the trolls. It only wants to get its will.
Nonsense. If that were so, it would not have even told the Moonkin that the vessel dies.
You were both right.
Yeah, got you there.
This one never claimed to care for the trolls, but this one did not lie either.
Noga is the last troll of the firstborn blood. So that's why he's picking him, because he's part of that lineage.
Grimlore.
We're not.
Noag is the last troll of the firstborn blood. If he goes, then it will be forever lost. And Trollkind might never be strong enough to stand up to the
I wanna ask
Greenskins
him.
or Brittlebones again.
There are other ways. It is true, this is horrible, and it would break Grungwa's heart. But all the moonblood of the world is not worth leaving a whole tribe to slaughter. Grungwa is so sorry, Moonblood, but there is no choice.
How very true indeed.
I don't know what to say. Will not make this choice. No, Archon will not do this. Archon will not harm his little blood. In fact, this is an Archon. Should be his choice. I wanted to ask him before we just do it. No, I got your choice.
Akrog knows not how to put this, but how feels he about this?
Yes.
Wait a rotten moment. Is Akrog seriously asking his little blood
Yes.
whether he wants to rot and kill himself? Noag is not even old enough to hunt. He understands not what is...
Noag understands.
Yes, let him talk.
Does.
Yes. Go on, stay out of it.
If it take Noag blood to save Big Blood, Zaskar, Grumpf, and Kin, he'd do it.
Somebody would say no.
Will, but Noag trust Big Blood. Big Blood always make a right choice, so he make this one too.
That is true. He always does. And that is why he will not even consider this nonsense, right?
Can I save here? We're saving here. I feel this is a point where we'll make a decision that it's my true ending, and then we'll reload here and go the opposite way. And see what would have happened, I think, if it doesn't take us on like 20 hours worth of missions after this. Okay. Trolls, 56, 56. No. I'm not going to sacrifice them, I'm sorry, no. It's got to be another way, it's got to be.
Akrog will not do this.
It's got to be another way.
Akrog will not harm his little.
It's got to be another way.
So soft.
Hope, mate.
No wonder your kind is
You were wrong with not having hope.
no wonder.
Little Blood, come, they are leaving. Noag accept. What?
What?
Noag accept Cub's pact.
No!
Noag's blood can save tribe.
You said you'd listen to me. I know what's right, you said.
This is interesting.
So apparently there isn't a decision here.
Noag will not accept anything. He heard Big Blood. They are leaving
Yes.
right now.
Go.
Zaska is right. Little Blood just said he will trust Big Blood's choice.
Exactly.
And Big Blood forbids him to do this. Noag know what Big Blood say, but he be wrong this time. Big Blood always teach Noag that tribe more important than blood.
Great.
You remember? Noag listen.
Brilliant. So if I made him selfish, he would have listened to me.
No, that is not what Akrog meant. He would never. He'd be
Let me pause. So if I'm not mistaken then, if I made him a selfish character, he would have came with me now. But because I made him put everyone before yourself, he sacrificed himself. So in other words, if we reload at this point, no matter what I decide, he's going to go down the same route. So in other words, you've got to go way back at the start of the game, make him 100% selfish to get the other ending. That's what I'm assuming is happening right now. Brilliant.
Alright, Big Blood. Noag no afraid of going to Moonlit River because he swim with Crumple and Sire there. Noag save the Moon King. Do the pact, Cub. Noag
No.
agree to be first.
He's going to do it because he's going to listen to us.
So it will be.
No, he cannot do this. He...
We're probably going to have to look at the end, what the other end would be.
Noag.
There was another way. You should listen to me. He's him now.
Is he?
Of course he is dead. He is dead because that rotten, foul-tusked, stupid thing killed him.
It was the only choice.
Right, his stupid choices. Why stop trusting one him not? Why? By Mugwa, this was Noag. This was his same blood.
Akrog tried. Brought it. Think
Yes,
Saska
I
that
tried.
this is easy for Akrog. It just happened too fast.
Wait, something is happening.
Yeah.
Little blood.
No. Zarek's fangs. To draw breath again.
Fascinating. It took him over.
35 minutes with the extra 10, so we'll end here and continues next time. Like, subscribe, and IVATOPIA. Also, thanks for watching. Have a Grimlore day. Bye, everyone.